Now, firstly, if you look at mentors, this is basically the biggest thing I look at in terms of growth for me personally and in my business and even employees and people who work with me is you want to look for the person who's done the thing you want to do. And why? Because proof of concept, they can actually do the thing. And the highest level of authority of someone in any field is the person who's done the thing themselves to a very high standard. And secondly, has helped loads of other people to do that to a high standard. I have helped 1,200 trainers scale their business. We've helped 23 break 6-figure months in the last 6 months alone. So I probably know what I'm doing at this point, I'd like to think. Now, the reality is every business coach I've hired and I've worked with, they have done certain things to a certain level. And your job is to try and extract as much value from them. And the way I'd always try and think about it is like, what is the big one problem you want them to solve? Now, for most people, the issue actually is, and this might resonate if it does drop in the comments, is you don't actually know what problem you need to solve. And this is actually where you need someone with experience, because one of the biggest superpowers, and I see a client of ours, Dave Kennedy, said this to me, I think on a podcast, is like, I can look at their business and numbers and be like, that red dot, that's the problem. If you fix that, the business will grow. And that's a reality with most people's businesses, is that stuck because of something that you can't see. And what tends to happen is you like trying to fix the problems you like to fix. So maybe you like making content. So cool, you focus all your time on content creation, but you can't sell anything, or you can't get client results, or your business is just operationally completely flawed. The reality is normally it's the thing, like similar to the gym, that you don't want to do, that you're not very good at, is the biggest thing that's going to kind of level you up. And why it's important for you to work with people who've actually done the thing you want, here's a story. When I was at college, I remember getting in trouble because I can't remember what his business was, but our business studies teacher didn't really have a business. He sold like fucking jam in jam jars at the market or some bullshit. And I asked him what his business was and I got in trouble. And this is kind of a poignant lesson, is that like, if you learn from someone who's actually doing the thing you want to do or has done it, they will have like battle scars and lessons from that, not just teaching from theoretical theory. But I saw a YouTube video of someone online I watched, it was actually about a friend of mine. He was talking about like scaling online. I looked at his business and I was like, you get like 10 views on your YouTube videos and you're obviously putting a lot of effort into them and you've got fuck all audience on any of your social media platforms and you're not running ads. So like, how can you help someone lead generation? You can't get leads. I can give another good example is a lady reached out, a lady got recommended to us who's a personal branding and lead generation specialist on LinkedIn. Yes, she doesn't know how to get leads on LinkedIn. And this is often where it's like the blind leading the blind. So one of the most important things for you to think about is sometimes it's not what you know, is what you can prove. Like I'm not filming this video in my mum's basement in fucking the UK or US. So like I probably know something at this point. And the last 7 years, we kind of documented everything I've done online. You can go through old YouTube videos as much as you like, and there's enough kind of backlog there. And this is the big thing, is you want to work with people who aren't just going from like a theoretical place, but people have actually gotten results over and over and over again. And that's the biggest thing. It's also going to sell you with your own business. It's getting client results, and that's going to allow you to scale quickly. Point number 2, there's a difference between paying for access and paying for results and coaching. Now, one of the big things is actually just getting yourself in the right environment. A lot of times I've actually paid to go to like really expensive mastermind events and like 3K, 5K, I think even more, I think one of them was 8K, just to get in the room because there's people there I wanted to connect with and meet with. And the reality is the biggest thing that's going to help you in life is to understand a very simple framework. 2 things solve problems: money and people. If you can know the right people, you can solve pretty much any problem. Like imagine if you knew Mark Zuckerberg, I probably imagine he could probably hack the algorithm on Instagram or Facebook to give you more reach. It's his platform, he can probably do what he wants, right? So the reality is you have to know people to kind of get ahead. Because yes, we have AI and we have ChatGPT, but we're also in an information society where there's certain things and certain strategies and certain techniques. If you know these before other people, you have an unfair advantage. So one of the things I've constantly done is paid for access to get in the right rooms, get the right environments. And also what you can start to do for yourself is you can start to build a brand and a reputation for yourself as an authority off of other people. Because if you start getting seen around very high level people in your specific field of industry, what do people then perceive? You at the exact same level. And ultimately with AI and technology and the way the world is going, personal brand and you as an individual, it's going to become more and more important. And to give an example with this with AI content. So the internet is going to get flooded with short form content made with Sora, HeyGen, all this type of stuff. Now, what's going to make certain content work, other content not? it's the person's face is in it. If someone recognizes that person, they will automatically be more likely to actually watch that video, watch that reel, than if it's Tom, Dick, and Harry down the street who have no idea who they are. And that's where ultimately your goal is to become known for one thing. You want to solve one problem and be a specialist in that before you go abroad. So our specialism is helping fitness trainers become wildly successful online. And we've crushed it in terms of doing that and built the #1 mastermind to do that. We've done it over and over and over again, which is why we create endless amounts of content like this to kind of give the lessons I've learned throughout that process. Lesson number 3, accountability without implementation is just entertainment. The same people who go to like endless events every month, every week, every year, and they do nothing is wild. And they're in the exact same space. I've got friends of mine who go to all these courses, they buy all these mentorships and they do nothing. The quickest way you become successful is you get someone to tell you what to do and then you execute on it. I remember when I first joined, biggest mentorship I joined at the time was like 2020, 2021. And I think it was $12,000, which was a lot of money for me at the time. I remember I had the first call and they told me what to do and I just did it. I did it within like 12 hours. And I was like, what do you want me to do next? And they're like, what's wrong with this kid? I thought I was like autistic because I just executed so fast. And that's where like one of my favorite sayings from actually another guy who's a mentor of mine is Craig Ballantyne, so shout out to Craig, is success loves speed. You just have to get shit done fast. And in the reality in your head, most of these things, you think, oh, it's going to take you so long to make this YouTube video or plan these reels or X, Y, Z. You actually procrastinating is taking more mental energy than just doing the thing. And successful people just do the thing and they don't worry about doing the thing. And the more you do the thing, guess what happens? You get better at doing the thing and then your skill level increases, you get more results from it, you enjoy the process more, and that kind of momentum confidence loop starts to go. So if you are joining mentorships, you are getting coaching, be effective with your time, execute. The goal is not to be busy. The goal is to be effective. And that's where you're paying someone to teach you valuable skills. They can just tell you one thing to do and it grows your business. You just need to do that one thing. Whereas I see a lot, even like coaches come work with us, we can teach you how to scale your business with Instagram, organic marketing. We can teach you to run Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, YouTube ads. We run AI VSLs, IGDM ads, email marketing, LinkedIn organic, TikTok, outreach methods, outbound dialing, scraping emails, whatever you want. Like there's millions of different strategies. The reality is you just need to get one thing to work and maximize it to the moon. What happens is most people do a little bit of everything, get no success. Whereas the way we work with people is we see you as an individual, your exact business, what is your USP, and then go all in on that. What's the easiest way for Mike to get from 10K a month to 100K a month? We just do that. If it's just press this one button over and over and over again, guess what you're going to be doing? Just pressing the button until you get to 100K a month. And ultimately, that's where you have to start with the end in mind. What is the exact goal you want? Reality is most people are just getting entertainment and they think they are doing the thing by signing up to the thing rather than actually executing on it. But if I was going to give you one thing to say is, if you think about the Pareto principle, which is 80% of results come from 20% of the actions and effort in life, just put the 20% in every single day, consistently, with the right guidance from the right mentor, and you'll crush. Number 4 is the big thing with mentorships and coaching is they're basically selling you confidence and certainty. And that's the big thing actually I'd say is like why I'm phenomenally good at sales calls, because I have 1,000% conviction. If you listen to what I tell you to do, you will make money and be successful. But the reality is this is the most important thing, which is why we have some 6 strategies, which actually Alex Hormozi showed me, which get you results from like the first day, gives you confidence. Because the most powerful thing you need is confidence in yourself. Because when you have unbreakable self-doubt and you know you can just do the thing, regardless of how you fucking feel.
If you enjoyed this clip and you're a business owner, content creator, or coach, and you want help in terms of exactly how to scale your business to the next level using ads, AI, VSLs, setters, and building teams to basically monetize your business and monetize your knowledge, but without you having to press all the buttons, it's never been easier than before. What we can do is we can walk through the whole process in terms of how we're doing this over and over and over again with content creators, with business owners. If you hit the link at the bottom of this video, you can book a call with us and the team. We can audit your whole business, show you where the bottlenecks are, and show you exactly how we can scale. And if we think you're a good fit to work with us, we can show you what that looks like too.